Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the ReSlate podcast, a podcast where we be saying, hey, we either going to ReSlate the greats or roast the mistakes.
Oh, God.
Boy, I'm telling you. On the podcast today, I got my boy Joe Kills keeping it real.
Hey.
And my boy Jeremiah J. White. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Oh, my God. Nothing much, man. Just chilling, having some coffee. A little caramel. Not caramel. I'm sorry. I put caramel on top. I got me a little... what is this? Kettle corn latte.
So you got a caramel corn caramel latte.
Word. Homemade, made straight from the espresso machine.
Go ahead and plug your Instagram and TikTok.
Oh yeah, on TikTok, CJ the host, man. Come follow me if you guys want to do some good recipes for your lattes. I've been making lattes and matchas. Just a home barista, a husband barista. Making stuff for my wife. So. She likes it. At least she tells me that. I mean, that's it. But I'm doing better than y'all because you ain't doing it apparently. If you're listening,
well, they might be. They just might be giving you some help out.
That's true. That's true.
Right?
I appreciate that, man. Kills always think about outside the box like that. All right, y'all.
Gotta keep it real somehow.
All right. So today on the slate, we are slating the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Man,
are we slating the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Or are we slating the movies? Teenage Mutant Turtles.
Okay, let's get correct. The movies. Teenage Mutant, the OG greats. In my opinion, I thought that the originals are still better than the remakes. That's just my personal opinion, though. I don't know how everybody else feels, but for me, I love the fact that they had the original ones, and that was my version of live action. And then lately, in the last few weeks, they started to bring them back for the anniversary into theaters. And I remember somebody, I think it was AMC that did it.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And they said they did it for a week, and they got so much of a great response, they did it for like an additional 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah. Showing one showing, two showing, stuff like that. But, I mean, like, come on, man. Like, did y'all watch it in theaters? Do you remember watching it in theaters?
I do. The first one I do.
I plead the fifth.
I remember, but it's like bits and pieces because I think it came out in 91.
I think so. Yeah.
The first one, so I was only really 5 or 6.
Let me double check what time that came out. That came out in 90.
1990,
yeah.
So I was 5. So like, there's bits and pieces. I do remember like sitting in the dark watching it. You know what I mean? But
really?
But I don't remember like walking inside. I just remember like bits and pieces of it.
That's because you was carried.
That's right.
Okay, so the first one came out in 1990, right? And then so that means the second one came out, which was Secret of the Ooze,
1991. They came out a year apart.
Yeah, 1991.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't remember seeing none of these in theater. I mean, Kills.
Shut up.
Come on now. Did you see any theaters, Kills, though?
Yes, I did. First one was my junior year ending, and the next one was my senior year ending.
That's what I'm talking about, though. But man, like, how was it? Like
high school.
Can you like speak to that though? Like, how was it watching that in theaters? Like when everybody was watching the first time.
Well, part of the reason why I went to go see it in theaters is because one of the guys that I knew in high school, he was one of the stunt doubles.
Oh,
word.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
He was one of the stunt doubles. So, yeah. So I went to go see it just to support my friend, and 2, I read the comic books. So I was kind of like a Ninja Turtle fan.
Got you.
Nice.
Would you say there was a fair amount of black people watching that movie?
No.
No?
No.
I would have thought black people watching that movie like no.
At that time, I would go no, because they would. It was a niche. Like even the studios really didn't know what to do with it.
That's true, but I mean, at the height of like kung fu was like really big. Not that was
not the 90s.
I thought it was like the 80s.
That was like
it was more along the lines of a lot of people. It was more nerd culture, as we call it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of comic book fans. You had a lot of martial arts fans. And in all actuality, in the early 90s, the martial arts fans had kind of died off as far as people of color. Mm-hmm. That was a big early 80s, late 70s, with Jim Kelly and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a lot of black people.
And then, too, like, most people was like, that's a kid's show because the cartoon was out. They're like, oh, is that just for
Yeah, it was
kids.
just kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying, though. But, I don't remember. I remember watching this at home. Like I think I remember like it came on TV, and that's like most things. Like it came on TV, and I got hooked.
Yeah,
and it was so dope to me, right? So enjoyed the first one, which was in my mind. I think I saw the. Did I see a movie before I saw the cartoon? I think I did that. I think I saw the movie before.
A lot of people did that.
Yeah, I watched the movie and then I went back and watched the cartoons.
Oh, because I was gonna say the cartoons came out what 89 and then 89, 90.
I think either 88 or 89 the cartoons were out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then 90 was the first movie. Mm-hmm. And then they upped the cartoons even more showings. Like their seasons were longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second movie came out.
Yeah.
And then they recasted the cartoon.
Which was so stupid.
Yeah, the last season, whatever it was. Like the red sky season.
I think so, yeah. I think that was the red sky season.
But well, you talked about the part 2, right? So Secret Ooze.
Yes.
Right? Secret Ooze of the franchise,
yes,
is my favorite one, right? And it's mainly because of Keno. I ain't gonna lie to you. Keno is my dude. I love Keno.
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Jr., man. Like,
I would say this. It used to be my favorite until I got older, and then I watched it, and I was just like, why they got these? I remember there was a time gap when I didn't have you don't have the movie. You just remember it off of nostalgia, right?
Gotcha.
Then I ended up getting all 3 movies. And I realized that the second one had those weird, like, that they do in kids' movies when they hit something, they go, boink, doink, doink, bing, bing, boink.
Oh,
I was like, why y'all doing that?
Okay.
That's ruining the movie. Like, just let them fight. They wasn't using their weapons. Like, they
used their weapons in the beginning?
They used them in the very... Yeah, they did.
No, if you watch...
Michelangelo used his.
He used sausage. He used sausages. Remember?
Combat cold cuts.
Yeah. I mean, they used it for like a hot second.
Yeah, hot second.
And then everybody switched out of it.
They were PGing it down.
Yeah, and
that's exactly what they did. They PG'd it down.
That ruined it.
But I guess why I like the second one because of Ninja Rap too. I mean, sorry, Ice Cube had the Ninja Rap song in there. That was dope.
Ice-T.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. He was Ninja. Go Ninja!
Completely
Everybody remembers that.
Completely different coffee.
Yeah.
Completely different coffee.
Yeah, but I love that part of it too, and I love like the storyline of them, like Raph going by himself, and because that was like strictly to like how Raph was. Like Raph was a hothead. He want to go off and do things himself and stuff like that. Maybe because I liked it because it was a little bit more comical and it was a little bit more like
it was
a kid cartoon. You're right, because the first one probably wasn't really a kid. I like the first. Don't trust me. I like the first one, but it wasn't a kid movie. Now that I think about it, maybe that first 1990s movie wasn't a kid's movie.
It was still PG.
It was still PG,
but that was the reason why they toned up the comedy and
they ramped up the comedy
and took out the weapons technically because parents got upset. Was like, wait a minute, they using swords, they using this, that, and the other. So they amped it up and did all the little goofy stuff in it, which was fun when I was a kid. But when I got older, I was like, man.
Because now I think about like even in the first one, they did use the swords, and you only saw blood maybe once when they cut Shredder at the top.
I don't think you even saw that.
You just saw
the scar. You saw the scar.
No, when he
yeah, you just saw the open.
I don't know if you saw the blood or right there.
It was a red mark on his sleeve.
Yeah, right.
That was all it was. You didn't see the actual cut. You saw the action, and then when they showed Shredder's arm, he had the cut on it.
Yeah,
it wasn't like they showed him cutting him.
Right.
Now, fun fact: 1990 movie goes for $13.5 million. Right, that's how much the budget was. It made $200 million.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how much. That's why I was asking. What was the fanfare
it was the kids.
like that?
It was the kids. It was parents taking the kids.
Parents taking their kids. It was the nerd culture.
Yeah, the turtle fever was a thing. Like all the toys were out. Everybody's buying the toys. Everybody's watching the cartoons.
I watched the Metro. My mom recorded that shit for me because I love the Turtles so much. When they did the Metro for the first time, they were taking the Metro, and I had that recorded like on VHS. That's where I had it on VHS.
My mom bought me the Turtles on tour.
Really?
Yes, I had it on
wow.
So I stood to this day. I love that. I have it on my Spotify. I have the songs on Spotify, and I'll listen to them from time to time.
People can't see it. You guys can't see it on camera, but above Jay over here is actually they're not the original, obviously, but they're replicas of the original drawings they had in the first movie.
Yeah.
Which are really dope because, like I said, there was a sense of, in that first movie, like you said, it was a sense of like realness about it, right?
Yeah.
The second one was like a little more comical.
Yeah. It was a lot more comical.
It was a lot more comical. It definitely was a lot more comical, but it wasn't slapstick to me. And that's when I fast forward, right, to part 3, right? And this is the part of the show where we say we roast the mistakes for me. But I know for a fact there's somebody amongst us who says their favorite one of the Turtle franchise is part 3, which is, I don't remember the name of the title of it. Was it Back in Time? Was it called Back in Time?
Something like that.
It was just called like Ninja Turtles. Like, hold on, let me look it up. But yeah, like it was like Back in Time or whatever.
I think it's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
No, it's got a subtitle.
It has a subtitle name. It does have a subtitle name because I'm looking.
The Turtles are back in time. That's not the subtitle. I think that's the
catch.
The catch.
The catch. Yeah. What is
No,
that
but I think it is Back in Time or something like that.
Yeah,
though.
I thought they had like a sub.
I mean, I'm looking at it right here.
On IMDb.
Yep.
Okay. I can't find it. I'm trying to look for
Well,
it.
I mean, it's neither here nor there.
Actually, no, it was just called Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh, okay.
So the second one is the only one that says, yeah, the Turtles are back in time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they say. So I already know how I feel about it, but you want to
defend it?
Defend this.
First off,
why?
It's not the first one is my favorite one.
Got you.
But I like 3 over 2. And one reason is because
I gotta hear this.
Number one reason is because as a kid, I did have 3. I didn't have 1 or 2. I did have 3, so I watched that one more often, right? But also, is the storyline is actually better, low key.
Oh hell,
yes,
no.
it is. Let's be honest.
They go back in time.
Yes,
and they just happen to be these giant Avatar turtles in time.
Oh, they just happen to be. What are we talking about? There happen to be big ass turtles in regular day. What are we talking about?
This is my issue.
Okay, go ahead. No, go.
This is my issue. My issue is, fantasy is fantasy to a certain point, and it's like I don't. Okay, it's hard for me to explain. Like, make it make sense. The realness has to make sense. And for me, okay, mutation. Okay, boom. I can see that. That makes sense. Because there's mutation in the world. You know what I mean? There's mutation in the world. Okay. You know what I mean? So I can see that happening. It's far-fetched turtles talking and all that shit. I understand that part. You know what I mean? But at least that makes sense. But once you start doing time travel, it's just like,
so you didn't.
Please,
so first off, you don't like Back to the Future.
So
you don't like.
I'm not a big fan of Back to the Future, but the whole franchise is Back to the Future. It's not just that one movie. That's like you doing present. Now I go Back to the Future. No, like nigga, this is what it is. Like, and that was the concept behind that. But even in that one, it kind of made sense. We're not even going to Back to the Future. We'll go into it in a later podcast. But Back to the Future made sense on how they did time, how they did time travel.
This made sense on how they did time travel because you
a giant ass ride.
You had to. In order for you to go back in time, there had to be a counterpart with you
equal.
so that way you can both travel through time. And you said what are you about to say?
But
they were equal in what?
They're supposed to be equal in weight.
Okay, yes, and
size.
so they were equal in weight because
samurais happen to be.
The samurais had on the suits which has metal, so it's gonna make them weigh just as much as the turtles. And also, we don't know how much the turtles weigh. So I'm assuming the turtles weigh about close to 200 pounds. And then with all that weight on you, with all that metal, all that sword, all that stuff, you're going to weigh about 200 pounds.
Look, first of all, that movie was terrible because
that movie was good.
Let me tell you.
And listen, it also it showed it tried to teach you history with imperialism. Did it not have imperialism in there?
Kill, you shaking your head, man.
Was there not a dude trying to take over Japan? A white guy trying to take over Japan? First, and they brought back Casey Jones, who's one of my favorite characters.
For a second.
But he's throughout the whole movie. He was throughout the whole movie.
He was there for a hot second.
He's in both. You see him and his ancestor.
Oh my God, his ancestor.
Is that not supposed to be his ancestor?
No.
Or we just gonna pretend like that's not his ancestor?
That's not his ancestor.
Because he played the same person.
No.
He played both people.
That's not his ancestor.
That's his ancestor.
That
Who is it?
This is a random ass white dude who was trying to with the guns. Oh my God, and all this stuff. It was just
no. You're talking
voices changed.
No, you're talking. That happens because it's just a kids movie. But I can whatever. But no, it was a guy who was in jail with. I think Raph. I think one of them got caught and went to jail. That was Casey Jones's brother. Now, I'm not talking about the.
Okay, I'm talking about saying with that. Okay, I can see.
Him.
Okay, I'll go there with you. He's out there, the distant. But I think okay. So my main issue with with part 3, it was you mentioned that how like it left the comedy out, like too much comedy in the second one. The third one had way more comedy and slapstick.
No, it was not slapstick at all.
The hula when Michael had the hula stuff on.
But that was at the end of the movie.
Then all the stuff with the him getting shot by the cannon, his hair is all blessed up and all this stuff. Like that's all. Come on, bro.
Come on. Half of them, all three of the movies have silly comedy in it, but
not
this
as much as that one.
No, the second one has the most silliness. They literally they were in the second one when they're trying to get the ooze. Who is it? Michelangelo. One of them is on a chair. Surf's up, dude. Just grab the canister, bro, and then just get out of here.
He got pushed on a freaking. That looks realistic enough to be saying like I'm gonna get shot with a cannon, and all of a sudden my hair just get all spooked up like I'm fucking Little Rascals or something this.
He was inside of a bale.
Kills, you a little bit too damn quiet, Kills. Kills, you a little bit too damn quiet. You need to say something, dog. Say something. Say something.
I just got one small problem.
Mm-hmm.
They have snapping turtles that are half the size of a Ninja Turtle. They weigh up to 200 pounds. So you can tell me, with his shell and everything, he was only 200 pounds?
Yeah.
A muscular turtle.
CJ, how much you weigh, CJ?
Too much. Don't even go
about there. Close to 200.
I'm over 200 now.
Over 200
now. To 3. I'm saying that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But now, okay, so now stick a hard shell on his back.
These are mutant turtles,
which means they can carry more weight. Doesn't mean they're lighter. It means they carry more weight.
They can also be lighter. Muscles
weigh more than fat. They weigh more than fat.
And the other thing that got me right, even though it happened in the second one, I'll give you this one. I mean, the first one, where Michelangelo gets like they try to slash Michelangelo's head, and he goes into his shell.
Yeah,
and he's like, God, I love being a turtle.
But
the other one, they bring it back in the third one, but it was too like, and it did miss me, and like with the eyeballs. And I'm like, no, nigga, no. It's too much. It's too cartoonish. How is that too? That is not too cartoonish.
No, I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to watch all 3 of these movies back to back, so you can see and record it and see, so you can see. Now, the only thing I would say is that was something I didn't notice as a kid, or even when I watched it when I was an adult, because I have the movies. It's not until like YouTube pointed out, but you can see the people's faces underneath the mask.
Yes,
but I didn't even notice that until.
But now I don't blame that on the movie. I blame that on the production team.
Production, yes. Production. They should have stuck with Jim Henson, and they changed out to somebody else. But that's the only
that I will defend you on that one.
At least IMDb agree with me with a 4.8 out of 10.
The story. If you really, only thing people are looking back at it based off of their like childhood. Oh, because when I was a kid, when I first seen the third one, I was like, oh, it's not as good as the second one. The second one was better. Then I watched them both. I was like, wait, the second one is kind of super goofy. But the ninja rap, like they rap, nobody was like, "Wait, where these turtles come from?"
Okay, so now, let me
right? At least in the third one, they was like, "Oh, they're demons."
They were Onis.
Okay.
They were considered Onis.
Okay. Now this one I'm gonna go with this. Okay, now we'll see. We're gonna have to test your brain skills a little bit. 2 kills is when in the cartoon series did they go back in time? When?
Ooh, good question.
Exactly.
Well, wait, but that don't mean that they didn't do it.
I ain't say they didn't, but if you would have remembered it, if it was sooner,
but
basically what I'm trying to say is
they do it. They won the video game. They do it. Turtles in Time. They do it in there.
That's his own little video game, though. That's his own
But
video game.
that's
Turtles in Time is his own video game.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
But it's based on the.
It's based off the
based on
cartoon.
the whole. It's based on the whole thing.
Yeah, and I was gonna say,
they
Peter
did,
Lard
and they did do
Eastman.
a time travel thing in the comic.
In the comics,
I understand
and
that.
on a few different cartoons, they went back in time too. But I was saying, Peter Lard, was his late Lard, right?
I think
Laird, and Eastman, the ones who created it, they both say every iteration of Turtles is Loki canon within. There's like different multiverses. So whatever you see, that's part of. But look, I'm about to Google and answer your question.
What I was trying to get at is that didn't come till like super later, okay? And what I mean is the lore of not the lore, but with the stuff that you loved about Turtles, right? You love the fighting. You love you love the villains that you had in there. You had Shredder. You had the mutants. You had Bebop and Rocksteady, Toko Razor, all them. That's what you get in the first two movies. You don't get that in the third movie. The third movie is almost like you couldn't ever. It was not part. If you would have took the third movie out, you would not know it was part of that franchise. Like it could. That's a standalone movie. It had no continuation on the story from the first movie to that movie. No continuation. That's why I'm saying it fucked up the story. So that movie don't belong. That's a standalone movie.
But that's almost like it almost to me. The third movie, technically, if you just wanted to throw this out, and I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying if you want to throw this out, it did the one thing before a lot of other movies did, except for Star Wars. It created its own prequel.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that, but I guess that was part of the reason why I said that's part of the reason why I didn't like. It's like because this movie is just by itself. Like if I was just watching it,
right?
If I was just watching it, by itself,
I get it, but think about it. Nowadays, except for Star Wars, everything has a prequel now.
Yeah,
that comes out 2-3 movies after the original movie. So I mean, you could literally go, okay, this movie falls in between this movie and this movie, or comes before this movie. With the Turtles, as I've grown older, you can't really you can say it, but you can't say it because even in that movie, in the third movie, they're older than they were in the first movie.
Yeah,
right.
So you can't say, oh, that was a prequel to one, but it could be slotted in between the two movies.
I guess if you wanted
because
to go that way,
that way you're giving yourself time between the destruction of Shredder and the reemergence of Shredder.
Okay, so I'm going to compare it to another movie that's an old movie, and we're probably not going to do this podcast, so I'll talk about it, right?
Uh-oh.
Is that movie...
I'm going to make him do it just because he said he's not going to do it.
That movie, Part 3, Ninja Turtles Part 3, when they go in time,
yes,
to me, is equivalent to watching Warriors of Virtue.
Whoa, my friend. Don't even go there with that.
Hold on, time out. I knew you was going to go there with that. You don't know. I bet you people out there don't know what that movie is.
Nope, they probably don't.
I don't know.
Warriors of Virtue was literally about brothers.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Basically, it was a knockoff. Yeah, I'm gonna give you
kangaroos. They were kangaroos.
Okay.
They were kangaroos. And they
were the elements.
They were elements though.
They dealt with their powers came from the elements.
Yeah.
So don't know.
But what I'm saying, no. I'm not saying it was bad. I like Warriors of Virtue.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is it's a standalone movie.
Oh yeah, of course.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like it's a standalone movie about brothers, and it had to do with time travel because the boy goes back in time.
It was not. That was not a time travel.
Well,
movie.
Not time travel. He goes. He's in present, and he goes back to where
that was more
dimensional travel.
That was more like Never Ending Story.
Yeah, it's dimensional travel.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
But anyway, Warriors of Virtue. So you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. No.
You should check it out.
Check it out.
Okay.
It is a good.
It's literally a knockoff of the Turtles.
Once you said it's like live action.
Yeah,
it is live action.
Okay,
yeah.
I never seen it, but I seen like a clip or a snippet or something like that.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it's one of those weird.
But it's a good movie.
It's actually not bad
because it's like an American boy or something like that, right?
Yeah. Goes through this. The villain was weird. Anyway, we don't want to get into that one. But what I'm saying is, Part 3 standalone movie. So, real quick, going around the horn. Okay, I want you to ask me. I want to ask you. So, is it a? Should we do the retake? Okay, the retake. What I mean is all the movies they just started coming out with Michael Bay. Now,
Wait, repeat what you just said.
So this is the retake.
Okay.
So the retake is we're going to talk about these movies that the Michael Bay did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, Michael Bay came out with these movies to redo the franchise and do all that stuff like that.
It's his interpretation.
So his interpretation, right? Now, I don't want to go too much into it because we can be all day with Michael Bay and all his shit.
Right.
We're not discussing Michael Bay. We're just discussing the Turtles.
But I'm saying it in general.
Yes.
How did y'all feel about that reboot of the franchise?
Okay, I'll go this. There's two redeeming qualities of both of those movies.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Here it is, please. Thank you.
The redeeming quality, and they're both in both different movies, by the way. Okay. One is in one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the redeeming quality, it made me go, all right, I don't hate this. Is when the Turtles are in the elevator and they they were like, I was like,
beatboxing in the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before they went up, I was like, all right, the brother aspect of it, cool, I get it. All right. Other than that, like, and then on the second one, it was the whole it was the Bebop and Rocksteady when they changed like as I was like, yo, and that too is better than the first one, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, okay. Michael Bay's.
So hold on, Jay. I want to.
You want to expand on that one?
Because I do. That was my favorite part of the Michael Bay is the Bebop and Rocksteady. When they turned into Bebop and Rocksteady, and it made sense who they were.
Right.
And people got to play them.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I'll even add on. Even though I wanted him, he never changed, and I wanted him to change. Was Baxter Stockman, Tyler Perry? Yes. I think he killed it as a Baxter Stockman. Mm-hmm. I think I was wishing that he would change too.
Yeah, and they didn't change him to the fly.
Right.
Yeah, and that was a thing too, right? But I absolutely did not like the new ones. Like I have them just as a loyalty to the franchise. Like I have the movie, just the first two. Obviously, there's only two.
Yeah.
For the franchise, because I hate the way they do the Foot Clan. I hate that we got Super Shredder in the first movie. And like I hate the fact that they were giant. I say Avatar turtle. They were giant Avatar turtles.
They were 6-foot turtles.
They were 7'6". They weren't 6 foot. They were 7-foot turtles and shit. And they were fucking bulletproof. I hated that shit. Like I hated that shit. Oh, we're bulletproof. Like
I can.
Their shells were bulletproof. Okay?
Yeah, I would say their shells, but I can get with them being taller. That's fine to me. It was just the fact the movie just because if you know the backstory where Michael Bay had it to where they were going to be aliens and then Shredder wasn't going to be from Japan and then we all got upset.
The original.
Yeah, and we were like, we all got, and then so he started trying to change it up, and then so that's how come you got Super Shredder. That's how come you don't see. That's how come the story is all jacked up everywhere.
And the main thing that got me, and this is the thing, and I know when I talk about like, well, it's fictional, obviously. I get that. But it has to make sense. I don't like the fact that it didn't feel realistic enough to me that Splinter learned ninjutsu from a book that he read. And the only concept you gave me was, well, he's a mutant. His brain has evolved, and now he can fucking master this whole entire thing. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, that makes no fucking sense. But in the original movie,
he learned from his master.
He learns from his master and watching his master in the cage. To me, that makes more sense. And the reason and people are like, no, I don't. Like, but if you think about it, like, if I'm watching somebody from years as a rat, whatever, I'm in a cage. I'm watching. Now, the only part I would say in the movie that was dumb, like him like as a rat mimicking in the cage, and he would fight. That's the only part of the movie I'm like, that's a stretch. But if he was just a rat, just looking like, okay, and then once he got, the mutant powers now, okay, I've seen all that. Like, he's been seeing it for years.
Right.
The rats live for a long time. He's been seeing it.
And rats are one of the smartest mammals out.
Yeah.
And so, exactly. And so, but I mean, I understand, like, but I didn't like the fact he was reading from a book. I didn't like that part. Okay. I didn't like that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so my little 2 cents on the new movies.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them, but there are a few times in each of the movies that I was like, okay, this is too far-fetched.
Word.
I'm going to agree with you with the reading of the book. One, because anybody who knows anything about martial arts, ninjutsu is not read out of a book.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot find a book on ninjutsu, true ninjutsu.
Yeah.
Ninjutsu is passed down. So going back to your statement about reading out of the book instead of learning from the copy and the movements, I completely agree with you. The 6-foot turtle thing. The problem I have with that is these are ninjas or 7-foot turtles. I'll give you your 7 feet. These are ninjas. A 7-foot turtle, I don't care if it's at night or not, a 7-foot turtle is not going to be invisible to the naked eye.
Right.
Because even if there was camouflage, even if he was, had his stuff, you like, that nigga 7 foot. You gonna
Right.
still
He's
look
7
like
foot. He's 7 foot and green and brown with either a blue, red, and these are not subtle colors.
Yeah.
Blue, red, purple,
There's
which the blue and
signs
purple,
out
which
there.
blue and purple I'm gonna give you because at night blue and purple kind of look black.
Right.
But orange and red.
And you know what's so funny to me too? Like in the first movie, in the original, 1991, like I love the fact when he goes over the car.
Yes.
And like, what was that? He's like, look like a big turtle in a trench coat. You going to Manhattan, right? He's doing like, but
Right,
it's
like that's
weird
normal.
for New York. It's New York. It's weird. You know?
Right. It's
And-
normal for New York, not weird for New York.
And
normal
I
for
feel
New York.
like the thing I guess I didn't like about another thing I didn't like about the franchise with Michael Bay is the fact that, like I said, the foot soldiers and they had guns and all this stuff. And in my term, like I understand you're trying to make it more modern, and I get that you're trying to get to a modern times. But I feel like sometimes that's where movies fall off is they're trying to make it too modern. Like no, you can still make it a kind of a period piece. You can make it that like this is back when they. Like,
I mean, or the fact that
keep
they're
to the culture.
ninjas.
Yeah,
the fact that they're ninjas, that you can just be ninjas.
Right.
But I didn't mind I didn't mind the
weaponry.
guns. Yeah,
I didn't mind the weaponry.
Not so much.
And then we only get Casey Jones wearing the mask for like a hot second.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that hurt.
Right.
Me.
Oh, come on.
I would have been okay with him being a cop. That was fine for me, but I do need him in his match. I need to see him play. He should be playing hockey way more.
He should have been a former cop.
Or
Former cop or
that's
something.
That or a cop, and then in the day, and then at night he's
a part of hockey
vigilante.
Or he had in high school or college before he became a cop. He was a goalie.
Yeah, and then he was a
so it explains the mask.
Yeah, and it's just not. It just did. Yeah, it didn't work for me. That
didn't work for me. But the thing about it that I didn't like, that I appreciated the Michael Bay ones for, was you had Shredder in the first one. And you had his little flunky, the guy who helped create the Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then in the second movie, like you said, you got Bebop and Rocksteady. To me, that's where the first set of movies faltered. Because Bebop and Rocksteady were original villains before Tokai and Razor.
This is true.
Right.
That's the time they were trying to get a little different, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, that would be where the movies kind of changed places for me.
You know what's something else too? Now you think about it. Now you mentioned that for some reason in the second movie, the thing that kind of made me always laugh is I'm like, this is kind of weird. Is maybe they just did some movies back then and it made it feel like, maybe back in the day, like people were just stupid. So you mean to tell me there's this giant underground subway train station that nobody know about?
Oh, you're talking about the original?
And part two, part two, original part two. And I'm like, oh, this is dope. And they got power. So you mean to tell me somebody is not working? The city
wasn't like, wait,
power going to something
right.
like they don't like. There's nobody ever gonna check.
Who is paying rent? Who is paying their electric bill?
I'm gonna bring up another movie just off the cusp because of that statement there. Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, that too.
Same concept.
Same concept. Because in that movie, the underground slime where they went down in, that subway station was lit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They didn't light it
because of those. Because of that.
No. It was the lights were on the top ceiling.
Yeah, that was stupid, man.
And that subway station hadn't been used. You saw the staircase was caved in.
Right.
They had to dig a tunnel through the street.
And what they both have in common is they both play stake in New York.
Exactly.
Right. I was gonna say New York
exactly.
New York got all the like. Damn, this is make you think. Is this some subways we don't know about?
That's what they say every time. They say these were all subways from like the 1920s and blah 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 that nobody uses anymore.
But my thing is this: like in the second Ghostbusters movie, and I hate going back to it. They got a train that goes underground.
Right.
It wasn't a subway. The one that ran over Winston Zedmore.
Yeah.
It was a train.
It was a regular train, yeah.
It was a regular train.
But also, I would say this for the second Ninja Turtles movie, right? The original second movie. The city didn't come get that train. They didn't come. They didn't come pick up that subway train, and
that's
they
the
just
third one
left
too.
it.
The third one
Well,
too.
yeah, it's in there. Yeah,
they still there.
They're still there. Yeah, they decided.
I think it would have made more sense if they like befriend like the fucking mayor or somebody or something. I mean,
or
like,
a city worker.
A city worker.
Yeah.
Well, that was
if Keno was a city worker
instead of a pizza delivery
instead
guy.
of a pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. You know what I mean? But
that was the thing that they did at the end of, the second Michael Bay one.
mm-hmm.
The city appreciated them,
Yeah.
so that it would explain why they had that subway.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean,
I did like seeing that they come out of the shadows. And we're out of the shadows.
Right.
Yeah.
People know who we are, but they don't know who we are.
right.
Crazy.
They know we have but see, to me that goes back to the Batman theory too.
Mm.
Oh, wait.
We have a vigilante, and we're okay with this. No, why? The police. Why are we paying the police if we got these people here doing the police's job?
Right.
Got you. So here I want to do this just to get ready to wrap this up. Though,
all right.
Is of all the ones, okay, we'll do the first three movies, the first original ones, and then we'll do the Michael Bay ones too.
Okay.
Right, along with that, so
we're doing all the live action movies.
all live action movies, right?
Okay.
Right.
So my question is, which one would you rewatch? Which one would you want to remake? And which one do you regret?
Ooh.
Okay.
Shit. Excuse my language. Shit.
Oh, dang. Because we're doing all the live action. I was stuck on theory. I was like, oh, this is easy. And I was like, oh, shoot, wait.
Because in all actuality, I'm going to tell you this. I was going to, when you told me the title of the podcast, I was like, okay, I already know which one I'm killing. But now, since we're only doing the live actions, then I don't know. Because I was killing the last animated movie.
Yeah, I didn't even add those in because I'm like,
well, no, I'm just saying that last animated movie, Turtle Mayhem. Oh my god, I couldn't stand that movie. Anyway,
I'm just doing live action. We're just doing live
action. So okay, so which one am I watching again?
So which one would you rewatch it, remake it, or regret it? Would it help if I go first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So obviously I would rewatch the second one. That's mine.
Okay.
Right? I would which one I'll remake? I would remake the part 3 to be the actual part 3.
Okay.
Okay. And then regret it is the Michael Bay first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not my order thing because I think the part 3 for me for the original one it can be redone.
Right.
Because
it can be saved.
It can be saved. I always thought like the only thing that I kind of liked in the animated ones when Leonardo was out on his little retreat and he got on the plane, whatever.
Right.
I always said like, why didn't they just go like back to Japan? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't they maybe like the family, whatever? I think there's a story where they can get back to like do something in Japan or whatever. You know what I mean?
But that's isn't that the first Michael Bay one?
No, they don't go to Japan at all.
No. Where Leonardo's not there.
No,
in the very beginning.
He's there. I'm talking about in the animated one.
Oh, that's animated.
In the animated one, they're split up.
Which one?
No,
that's the second one.
You're talking
That's the
about
second
TMNT.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
TMNT. That's the one they
They all have split up. Michelangelo's.
I didn't like that one.
All them, but Leonardo goes on this like self retreats like in the Amazon or some shit like that.
Okay, yeah. So that's the animated one.
But what I'm saying is part 3 could have been something like that, or they could have been LA. It could have been like the LA version.
See, this is mine. Was it rewatch?
Yeah, so rewatch, remake it, or regret it.
Okay, I'll rewatch the original number 1.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna remake 3.
Okay.
But I'm gonna add. I forgot the rabbit's name.
Oh,
because he's in Japan.
He's feudal Japan.
Feudal Japan. He's
that's
Lil's
true.
friend. That's what they should have went with it because he was part of the lore, and they should have added him in there.
And that'd been a great little add-in because he was a lot of people known for
he was in the cart. That was part of the cart. I think that's part of the cartoon.
Yeah, it's part of the cartoon.
Yeah, so he does come.
What's his fucking name? Go ahead.
Then I would regret. I'm regretting. Even though I love that's my favorite scene. That's actually one of my favorite scenes. Like all the turtles, which is the beatbox in the elevator. But regret it. Michael Bay messed up.
All right, Kills, you up?
All right,
last one.
So I'm gonna ask a favor because you know me, I don't like to go on script. Can I remake 2 and forget the regret?
No.
Damn. Can I remake 2 and add the regret?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, come on, damn it, man.
So I'm rewatching the first one because I just like the banter from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm remaking 2 and 3.
Okay.
I'm
2 and 3.
2 and 3
of the original or
of the original
okay,
of the original. Well, there is no 3 to the Michael Bay.
That's true. Yeah.
And I'm dumping the first Michael Bay.
Okay, yeah. So everybody almost agreeing my first Michael Bay movie wasn't the business.
Because
the only thing came part 2 was good because of Big By Rocksteady.
Right, and
I'll give credit a little bit too.
And I might be eliminating 2 by my remake because I'm putting Bebop and Rocksteady in the second one.
Right, you know for
now,
some reason they couldn't I think they couldn't make the suits right or something like that.
Yeah,
and that's why they took a Raza. So weird like that where like it just was not working.
They weren't looking right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I'm eliminating the second Michael Bay movie because I'm putting Bebop and Rocksteady in the second movie.
Hold on one second though, real quick. I'm sorry, I had to say this because the suit thing. I didn't know about the suit thing.
Yeah.
But in my mind, Tokon Razor does make a little bit more sense because in New York City, I might see maybe not the wolf part, maybe a snapping turtle, but where the hell are you gonna find
a warthog,
and a
rhino?
And a rhino.
Right.
City Zoo.
I mean, obviously the city, that'd be the only thing is, you're right. Yeah, City Zoo, but not a warthog, maybe a rhino.
A warthog too.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess so. Never mind. I'll take that back then because in New York, you got a big ass zoo.
But also, I mean,
literally, I mean, you can find almost any animal.
I was gonna say, not necessarily a warthog, but like what are the pigs called? The feral pig. Yeah, a boar, a wild boar.
A boar.
A boar. Yeah, I think they're in New York. I think they got a lot in New York.
But they have warthogs. They have warthogs in New York.
That's what they would.
Maybe I don't know. Niggas ain't rich like that, but
yeah. So that would be my thing. Like I said, I appreciate what you said, Jay, about putting the hair.
Yeah, what is
in that movie, in the third one. I think that, like I said, to me, the time travel is a little off because if you notice, most time travel movies are linear. So anything they've done in the past either had to be done to create this future that we're in now,
right?
Or they've changed this future.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is I can't wait for the last Ronin to come out.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be dope. I hope it's live action. I hope they don't make it. I hope it's live action.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be live action and rated R.
So I hope so because that's gonna be good. If you guys don't know about that, then you guys gotta make sure you research on that one.
My question about the last Ronin though, because that's basically a Michelangelo.
Yeah,
That's just him.
It's just him,
right? Well, I mean, there's elements where he's like talking to him, but it's like in his brain, like he's
right. But I'm just saying, it's just his movie.
It's just it's just really this movie. And then like I never really watched the comic. I never read the comic.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly everything that comes in part, like how they died.
If they do it right, it's gonna be gritty as hell.
Yeah,
I don't know how they died.
Like
you know
April's hand, like she got a prosthetic hand or something like that, or arm. It gets crazy.
Shit! Well, I can't wait.
She has a daughter, Casey.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, her and Casey's daughter.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that though. But once again, y'all, this has been the ReSlate podcast, man, and we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching us on the YouTube and watching us on everywhere we have this on. And where we're gonna say you'll see us next time. And Jay, put your tag in.
You can follow me on all the socials at Mr. J White, JAYWHITE, Mr. MR J White.
There you go. And Kills, you're old, so you don't have nothing.
Nope, not a thing. I dropped my Twitter.
Twitter, Facebook,
X, whatever you want to call it.
Boy, I guess that fool still got a MySpace. Anyway, we're gonna sign off and say Cowabunga, but only for its particular effects.
Right.
So,
because I could go with Bossa Nova.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So we'll see you when you see you. This been the ReSlate. I'll holler at you later. Peace.
Later.